Imagine a world where candy cottages hide dark secrets, a place where the beauty of the forest masks the dangers lurking within. This is the world of Hansel and Gretel, a tale that has been passed down through generations, captivating the hearts and minds of children and adults alike. It is a story of bravery, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between siblings. Hansel and Gretel were two young children who lived on the edge of a vast and mysterious forest. Their days were filled with the simple joys of childhood, playing games and exploring the world around them. But their lives were about to change in ways they could never have imagined. Tragedy struck when their beloved mother passed away, leaving a void in their hearts and their home. The once warm and loving household was now filled with sorrow and uncertainty. Hansel and Gretel clung to each other for comfort, their bond growing stronger in the face of their shared grief. In an attempt to bring some stability back into their lives, their father remarried. However, the woman he chose was cruel and heartless, a stark contrast to the gentle and caring mother they had lost. The stepmother's cold demeanor and harsh treatment made life even more difficult for the grieving children. One fateful day, the stepmother devised a sinister plan to rid herself of the children. She led Hansel and Gretel deep into the forest under the guise of a family outing. As they ventured further into the woods, the trees grew denser and the path became more treacherous. The children, unaware of their stepmother's true intentions, followed her obediently. Hansel, sensing something was amiss, had cleverly dropped breadcrumbs along the way, hoping to create a trail that would lead them back home. He whispered his plan to Gretel, and she nodded in agreement, trusting her brother's instincts. The forest seemed to close in around them, the shadows growing longer as the day turned to dusk. But as night fell, the forest came alive with the sounds of nocturnal creatures. Hungry birds, drawn to the breadcrumbs, devoured the trail Hansel had painstakingly laid. The children watched in dismay as their only hope of finding their way back home disappeared before their eyes. Fear and uncertainty gripped their hearts as they realized they were truly lost. Exhausted and hungry, Hansel and Gretel wandered deeper into the forest, their small feet stumbling over roots and rocks. They found a large tree and decided to rest for the night, huddling together for warmth and comfort. The forest, once a place of adventure and wonder, now seemed like a vast and unforgiving wilderness. Just when hope seemed lost, a miraculous sight appeared before them. In a small clearing stood a cottage made entirely of chocolate and candies. The walls were adorned with gumdrops, the roof covered in icing, and the windows framed with licorice. It was a sight straight out of a fairy tale, and the children's eyes widened in amazement. Driven by hunger and the allure of the sweet treats, Hansel and Gretel couldn't resist indulging. They eagerly began to nibble on the candy walls, savoring the sugary delights. For a moment, their worries seemed to melt away as they enjoyed the unexpected feast. Little did they know their actions had not gone unnoticed. The cottage belonged to a wicked witch who had been watching the children from the shadows. She saw an opportunity to capture them and put her sinister plans into motion. With a cackle, she emerged from the cottage and seized Hansel and Gretel, dragging them inside. The children struggled, but the witch's grip was strong, and they were no match for her dark magic. The witch locked Hansel in a cage and forced Gretel to help her prepare a large pot for cooking. She planned to make a soup out of Hansel, fattening him up before the gruesome feast. The witch's eyes gleamed with malice as she stoked the fire beneath the cauldron, the flames casting eerie shadows on the walls. As the pot boiled and the witch's attention was momentarily diverted, Gretel summoned all her courage. She knew she had to act quickly if they were to escape the witch's clutches. Her heart pounded in her chest, but she steeled herself, determined to save her brother and herself from a terrible fate. Seizing an opportunity, Gretel escaped her cage and gave the witch a powerful shove into the boiling water. The witch let out a scream as she fell into the cauldron, the boiling water engulfing her. Gretel's quick thinking and bravery had saved them both, and the witch's reign of terror was finally over. With the witch defeated, Hansel and Gretel were finally free. They embraced each other, tears of relief and joy streaming down their faces. The siblings knew they had to leave the forest and find their way back home, but this time they were filled with hope and determination. Before leaving the cottage, they discovered hidden treasure inside. Gold coins, jewels, and precious gems were tucked away in a secret compartment. The children gathered as much as they could carry, knowing that the treasure would help them rebuild their lives once they returned home. Filled with joy and newfound wealth, Hansel and Gretel made their way back to their loving father. He was overjoyed to see them and deeply regretted their abandonment. The reunion was filled with tears, laughter, and promises of a brighter future. The treasure they brought back ensured that they would never have to worry about hunger or hardship again. The story of Hansel and Gretel reminds us that courage and perseverance can help us overcome even the darkest challenges. It teaches us the importance of family, the strength of the human spirit, and the power of hope. No matter how dire the circumstances, we can find a way to triumph over adversity. With hope and determination, we can triumph over evil. Hansel and Gretel's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of love and bravery. Their tale continues to inspire and remind us that even in the face of great danger, we can find the strength to overcome and emerge victorious.